Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. I'm Lily Myers.
And I'm Tyler Whitehead. We have a lot of news coming out of Washington today from all branches of government.
Yes, that's right. UCentral's Jessica Morales has a special update now.
Thanks, Tyler and Lily. President Biden told Republican senators today to, quote, get out of the way. Democrats are vigorously trying to suspend the nation's debt limit on their own, hoping to keep the U.S. government from coming dangerously close to a credit default, as Republican senators have given little to no wiggle room. Biden's criticism comes as Congress faces an October 18th deadline to allow for more borrowing to keep the government operating after having acquired a total public debt of $28.4 trillion. The House has passed a measure to suspend the debt limit, but Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell is forcing Senate Democrats into an inconvenient process that could drag on for weeks, right up to that deadline. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Congress on Tuesday that the Treasury would be unable to pay all of the government's bills if the ceiling is not raised. The Senate is currently debating on the House-passed bill that is suspending the debt ceiling through the end of next year. Just last Thursday, the Senate voted 50-43 along party lines to begin debate on this bill. We'll keep you updated on those Senate votes. Across the street in D.C., the start of a new Supreme Court term began this morning as 8 of the justices met in the same room to hear cases for the first time in over a year and a half due to COVID-19. Justice Brett Kavanaugh was present virtually today after testing positive for coronavirus just last week. This was also Justice Amy Coney Barrett's first time on the bench since being confirmed last year. This session is set to be an interesting one as there are some high-profile cases being brought to the Supreme Court. These cases include a major gun rights case out of New York, an intense school choice case out of Maine, and probably the most controversial issue coming from an abortion case in the state of Mississippi. The justices will hear arguments and have the potential to overturn Roe v. Wade. This comes just weeks after a closely divided Supreme Court refused to block a Texas law that banned most abortions after just 6 weeks, which resulted in thousands of protests across the country this past Saturday. It is sure to be a significant session at the federal courthouse. Lily?
Today, a massive oil spill happened off the coast of Huntington Beach in Orange County, California. The spill has devastated much of the local wildlife and forced beach closures. The 17-mile pipeline leaked 126,000 gallons of crude oil into the Pacific Ocean. Cleanup efforts are already underway, and divers are inspecting the source of the spill, but the leak appears to have stopped, officials say. And it has been a busy day on campus due to the UCO Media Ethics Conference being held through the Department of Mass Communication. The conference featured multiple panelists covering topics such as care and ethics in journalism, terrorism, misinformation, and diversity. Let's take a brief look at some of the work from today.
You know, hunger is very, very, very prevalent here. And so looking at that as part of this job in our lives. I'm from a really small, poor, rural town where there was, no access to grocery stores on a normal basis. And, we had a little farm, but we couldn't make do with what we were just growing and eating.
And if you enjoyed the conference today, you can attend the Media Fusion Conference tomorrow as well. The Fusion Conference will focus on reporting topics like misinformation, climate change, and racial injustice, and will start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The panels will be streamed live.
And today, Facebook and Instagram are down, and as of right now, they are still down. Today, people were in a frenzy after many social media platforms were reported down. These include, like I mentioned before, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. The hashtag social media down is now trending all across Twitter. People took to Twitter to share their humor, but also their concern on what this means. Much of the concern comes after last night's 60 Minutes episode with the Facebook whistleblower who released tens of thousands of pages of internal research and documents. It was revealed to be Frances Haugen. The 37-year-old former Facebook product manager revealed that the documents show that the platform knows it's used to spread hate, violence, and misinformation, which the company has tried to hide. I will have more on that in social media.
Thanks, Tyler. Let's go to Patrick to check on the weather.
Thanks, Tyler Lillian. That's right. It is gorgeous outside here in Edmond, Oklahoma. Right now, 84 degrees and sunny is your current temperature. Got a northeast wind at about 7 miles per hour. Your humidity is hovering right around 30%. That northeast wind is making it feel a little cooler than it actually is, with the 83 degrees being your heat index. Weather headlines for the week: cool and breezy tomorrow. It's going to be really cool, really nice outside. High on Wednesday is 78 degrees, so it's going to feel like fall weather on Wednesday. Highs approach 90 headed into the weekend. We'll cover that later in my 7-day forecast. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And right now on campus, UCO says it has 41 active cases and just over 1,100 recoveries. The university has seen over 1,100 cases since August last year.
And as for Oklahoma COVID numbers, the State Department of Health is reporting 785 new cases across the state today. This brings the total number of active cases to over 11,000. Almost 900 Oklahomans are hospitalized with the virus. 273 are in the ICU.
And UCO's 2S LGBTQ+ History Month will kick off this Wednesday at 11 a.m. The kickoff will be held at the Nye University Center in the Will Rogers Room. This year's theme is "The Past is Personal." Jim Roth will be the keynote speaker. This begins a series of free events that will be held throughout October. Contact the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to learn more about the event's history and why there has been a name change.
If you are UCO faculty or staff, listen up. The 2022 open enrollment period starts today. Members are encouraged to use the hub to access benefit materials and resources. These resources will help members make informed choices about their benefits package. Enrollment period ends on October 15th. For more information, email UCO Benefits.
UCO United Way begins today with a month full of scheduled events. The fundraising goal is $25,000, which will help support 113 programs at local partner agencies. You can make a one-time donation or use UCO's payroll deduction through a credit card to make a manageable gift each month. The committee is still taking donations for the end of campaign raffle. Contact campaign chairperson Claire Painter for raffle donations. Help support this great cause.
Healthy Hooves Hut is back this Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can join this group at the Clock Tower to answer your questions about COVID-19 and vaccines, or you can speak with a case manager about needs like housing, food, health insurance, and more. Do not miss out on this important event.
And Lily, this weather just hasn't been reflecting the start of October.
I know. We are hoping to see that it cools down sometime this week. Patrick will tell us about it after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
That's right, Oklahoma. It is a gorgeous day across the state here. 86 degrees up in the Panhandle, 84 in Woodward, 86 down in Clinton. Here in the Edmond, OKC metro area, 84 degrees is your current temperature. Yeah, 84 degrees up in the Tulsa metro area as well. Tonight for Edmond, we're looking at about 55 degrees, clear skies, an east wind at about 6 miles per hour. Humidity is going to hover right around 60%. No chance of overnight rain or anything like that. Moving across the state tonight, you got 48 degrees up here in Guymon, Oklahoma. So it's going to be really, really cool in Guymon, 52 in Woodward. You got 52 up here in Enid, 55 here in the metro. So you got pretty much 50s across the board, low 50s to mid 50s across the board, with the exception of, as I mentioned earlier, Guymon being at about 48 degrees. Highs tomorrow are going to be low 80s to mid 80s, or I mean, excuse me, low 80s, yeah, to mid 80s. You got 80 degrees up here in Guymon, 79 degrees for your high tomorrow in Woodward, so it'll be a cool one in Woodward. You got 82 degrees down here in Lawton. 80 degrees is your high tomorrow here in Edmond, Oklahoma, 81 up there in Tulsa, 82 down in Idabel. You got 77 up in Miami, so it's going to be a cool one in Miami, Oklahoma tomorrow. For tomorrow morning into tomorrow evening, 57 degrees when you wake up at 7 a.m. and it's going to be cool and sunny, partly cloudy in the morning. Noon, it'll be 74 degrees, breezy, and then at 7 p.m. it's going to be 73 degrees, partly cloudy as well. 7-day forecast for Edmond, Oklahoma. As I mentioned earlier, 84 degrees is your high, 55 will be your low tonight. 80 tomorrow, and then 56 down your low tomorrow night. 78 on Wednesday. I can't wait for Wednesday. 59 is your low. You got 84 degrees on Thursday as your high, and then there's the 89s into 90s I mentioned for the weekend as your highs, and then you got mid 60s to high 60s for your low. So we'll go ahead and throw it back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick, for the weather update. And Tyler, has your social media been acting a little crazy today?
Yes, it has. Many platforms seem to be shut down or be out, but I will have more on that in social media after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and here is your social media update. People were in a frenzy today after many social media platforms were reported down. These include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Many people took to Twitter sharing their thoughts on it, with Facebook responding in a tweet saying, quote, "We're aware that some people are having trouble accessing our apps and products. We're working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience." Many people have been making jokes about it, even Twitter tweeting out saying, "Hello, literally everyone." However, some people are concerned over these outages because last night on 60 Minutes, the Facebook whistleblower who released tens of thousands of pages of internal research and documents was revealed to be Frances Haugen. The 37-year-old former Facebook product manager revealed that the documents show that the platform knows it's used to spread hate, violence, and misinformation, which the company has tried to hide. Evidence of this comes after Joe Biden won the 2020 election, allegedly leading to the insurrection of the Capitol on January 6th. Facebook had prematurely turned off safeguards designed to prevent misinformation. She talked about the algorithm the company uses in order for people to visit the app more. This can be seen as the company's market value went from $375 billion in 2018 to nearly $1 trillion now, according to AP. Many lawmakers and regulators judge the platform for using its power to share opinions and how that affects society. Haugen has filed 8 complaints with U.S. securities regulators claiming that Facebook violated the law by withholding information about the risks of the platform. However, Facebook could in turn take legal action against her if they prove that she stole confidential information. We will keep you updated if any new developments. And across other platforms today, Adele fans are once again buzzing about after she changed all of her social media accounts. She changed her profile and cover photos to this dark turquoise color, possibly hinting at an album. Last week, fans had released a false album cover and track list. Adele has yet to make an official announcement, but most times when artists change their social media like this, new music will follow. And Star Trek will be going to space very soon. Today, it was announced that William Shatner will join Blue Origin on October 12th and launch from West Texas. Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' space travel company and will send 3 others to space with Shatner. Shatner is commonly known as Captain Kirk in the Star Trek franchise and will be the oldest person to go to space. With this launch and the recent SpaceX, space travel could be a possibility for everyone in the near future. Well, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss out on anything UCentral News. Give us a follow on Twitter at UCentral Media, on TikTok at UCentral, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/UCentral. Hope you all have a great day. Lily, what do we have coming up?
Thanks, Tyler. And after this, we are going to check in with Brady for our sports update. Stay tuned.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Brady Gray, and this is your sports update. The UCO football team was on a 3-game losing streak coming into last Saturday's game, but they were poised for a bounce-back performance as they hosted Lincoln. Behind a strong running performance, Central dominated Lincoln 69-28. As a team, UCO logged 339 rushing yards with 7 rushing touchdowns, all behind an 84-yard, 3-score performance from Stephon Brown. Keats Calhoun also threw a touchdown to Andrew Kilo, and on a trick play, wide receiver Josh Moore hit his running mate Marquise King for a 57-yard touchdown. It was a great way to respond for the Broncos as they get back on track. They have a short week this week as they will play Thursday night at Northeastern State. The UCO tennis team just had their biggest weekend of the year as Central hosted the ITA Central Regional Championships. UCO sisters May and Christine Kinnett swept the field as they played each other in the singles tournament finals, with older sister May winning first and younger Christine taking home runner-up. But as a duo, the pair blew through the doubles tournament, winning the finals without surrendering a single point. After the dominant weekend, both May and Christine Kinnett will represent UCO at the ITA National Championships in Rome, Georgia, the weekend of October 14th. The men's and women's golf teams here on campus both have tournaments that teed off today. The men's golf team headed to Amarillo this morning to compete in the Ryan Palmer Invitational, hosted by West Texas A&M. The 3-round tournament teed off round 1 at 8:30 this morning. The women's golf team also teed off this morning as they host the Grace Shin Memorial. The 2-round tournament is taking place at Golf Club of Edmond. We will have updates on scores and standings from both tournaments tomorrow in sports. And lastly in sports today, the battle for the division lead in the AFC West is tonight, and for the first time in what feels like forever, it has nothing to do with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Los Angeles Chargers host the unbeaten Las Vegas Raiders tonight on Monday Night Football. With the Denver Broncos losing this week and the Chiefs sputtering, the winner of this game will take the lead in the division. Kickoff is scheduled for tonight at 7:15 on ESPN. That's all I have for sports today. For more sports news and updates, visit broncosports.com. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brady. And when we come back, we'll tell you about a local fall event.
And we'll have one final look at weather. Stay with us.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to UCentral, guys. We have an update in the Senate. Excuse me. The senators are voting currently to approve a position for Homeland Security. We don't have a vote right on that funding bill right now, but I do have some breaking news. Also, President Biden administration, they have reversed a Trump-era rule that prohibited federally funded health care providers from making abortion referrals. So this definitely will go back to that Supreme Court case, I'm sure, causing some more issues in this debate, but we'll see how it all plays out. Back to you guys.
And if you need a local event to go to, this might be for you. The Wings Fall Festival and Pumpkin Patch is currently happening at the Wings Special Needs Community. The festival features hay rides, food, trucks, petting zoos, and pumpkins. All proceeds goes to Wings. The weather is literally perfect for going to a pumpkin patch.
Yes, I do agree. And speaking of weather, let's have one last look at weather with Patrick.
Thanks, Tyra and Lillian. That's right. It is October. Fall weather is in full swing for the next couple days. You got 84 degrees as your high, 55 as your low tonight, 80 degrees as your high tomorrow, and then 56 as your low in the overnight hours. 78 degrees on Wednesday. I can't wait. Is going to be your high. 59 will be your low. And then as we move into Thursday through the weekend, you got mid 80s to upper 90s, especially here on Saturday, and then 86 will be your high on Sunday. It's going to be gorgeous. I can't wait. It's October. Get outside, enjoy this fall weather. Go watch some high school football. Go have a picnic. Just go outside and enjoy it. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. This fall weather just doesn't seem like fall weather, but I do have some breaking news. Over the break, I did check my phone, and Facebook and Instagram are working again on my phone. I don't know if it's for everyone else, but it is working again for my phone. And you said it was working for your phone?
My Instagram was working, but my Facebook, I think it was just showing me things from yesterday. So
yeah,
I think my Facebook might still be down.
When I checked, it was loading a lot slower, but I think they're in the process of working on it, so make sure to check your Facebooks periodically within the next couple of minutes. They probably are fixing it right now, so but if you guys have any questions, make sure to check out the newscast today, the social media segment. I covered a lot about what is going on because there was many different platforms that were down today, including Snapchat and Twitter at one point, which is ironic because they made that tweet earlier saying like, hello, literally everyone, whenever, and then they continued to go down as well. So it's very interesting to see what repercussions will come out of this. But that's all we have for this edition of UCentral News.
Thank you, Edmund. Have a good night.